From a remote Yemeni archipelago where ancient trees bleed red to the terraced rice fields of Bali, some landscapes are so otherworldly they seem plucked from a dream. Some, like the towering sandstone formations of the American Southwest, are sculpted by nature over millions of years, while others, like the ever-burning Darvaza gas crater, are human-made errors. From sky-reflecting salt flats to cotton candy-colored travertines, and even a colossal Buddha carved into a cliffside, here are the 15 most surreal landscapes on Earth that are almost unreal. Number 15. Hallerbos, Belgium. For a few magical weeks each spring, Belgium's Hallerbos transforms into a real-life fairy tale. A dense carpet of wild bluebells stretches across the forest floor, creating an ethereal purple glow beneath towering beech trees. The bloom typically peaks in mid to late April, when the interplay of golden sunlight filtering through fresh green leaves and violet-hued flowers turns the landscape into something straight out of a painting. Just a 30-minute drive from Brussels, Hallerbos is both accessible and mesmerizing. Early mornings offer the best experience when mist lingers over the petals, and the only sounds are birdsong and rustling leaves. The sheer density of the bluebells gives the illusion of a never-ending floral ocean, drawing photographers and nature lovers alike. While the flowers are delicate and mustn't be stepped on, the well-maintained trails allow visitors to immerse themselves in this fleeting spectacle without disturbing its fragile beauty. Number 14. Sossusvlei, Namibia. In the heart of Namibia's Namib-Naukluft National Park lies Sossusvlei, a land of extremes where bone-white salt flats meet towering, fiery red dunes. The name, meaning dead-end marsh, reflects its unique geography. The Sawchab River occasionally reaches the pan, but never flows beyond it, trapped by some of the world's oldest and tallest dunes, some over 650 feet high. These dunes, estimated to be around 5 million years old, shift with the wind, creating a constantly evolving desert landscape. Their deep red hues, caused by oxidized iron, signal their ancient origins. Within Sossusvlei, Deadvlei is its most hauntingly beautiful feature. A cracked white clay pan scattered with the skeletal remains of 900-year-old camel thorn trees, frozen in time against a backdrop of towering dunes. Whether climbing Dune 45 at sunrise or standing in the eerie silence of Deadvlei, visiting Sossusvlei feels like stepping onto an alien planet sculpted by time. Number 13. Rice Terraces, Bali. Bali's rice terraces are more than just stunning landscapes. They are a living testament to centuries of harmonious farming and spiritual tradition. Sprawling across the island's lush hillsides, these emerald green paddies create mesmerizing sculpted patterns that shift with the light. The most famous terraces are in Tegalalang, just north of Ubud, where layered fields cascade down the valley in intricate formations. What makes these terraces even more remarkable is the Subak system, a 9th-century cooperative irrigation method controlled by Bali's ancient water temples. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, this network of canals and communal planning ensures that water is shared equitably among farmers. Beyond their practical function, these terraces are deeply embedded in Balinese culture, symbolizing the balance between humans, nature, and the spiritual world. Whether viewed from a roadside lookout or explored up close, Bali's rice terraces are a breathtaking fusion of beauty and ingenuity. Number 12. Cappadocia, Turkey. Cappadocia looks like it belongs in a fantasy novel. A surreal landscape of towering rock spires, honeycombed cave dwellings, and deep valleys stretches across Turkey's Anatolian plateau. Its most iconic formations, the fairy chimneys, were sculpted over millennia as volcanic tufa eroded beneath a protective layer of harder rock, creating the bizarrely shaped pinnacles seen today. For centuries, Cappadocia has been a refuge, Early Christians carved entire underground cities into its soft rock to escape persecution, and many of those tunnels and cave churches still exist. Today, the region is just as famous for its dreamlike sunrise hot air balloon rides. Floating above the fairy chimneys as the first light of day paints them in soft pink and gold is an experience unlike any other. Whether exploring its ancient cave dwellings or soaring above its alien landscape, Cappadocia is a place where history and natural wonder collide. Number 11. Darvaza Gas Crater, Turkmenistan. Well, no surreal landscape list can be complete without this. In the middle of Turkmenistan's vast, desolate Karakum Desert, a fiery abyss has been burning for more than 50 years. The Darvaza Gas Crater, ominously nicknamed the Door to Hell, is a 230-foot wide pit of roaring flames and smoldering earth. Its eerie glow is visible for miles, a stark contrast to the surrounding barren dunes. This infernal phenomenon began in the early 1970s when Soviet geologists accidentally drilled into a natural gas pocket, causing the ground to collapse. Fearing the spread of toxic methane, they set it on fire, expecting it to burn out in a few weeks. Decades later, the flames are still going strong. At night, the crater is particularly haunting. The intense heat distorts the air, and the ground seems to pulse with fire. It's one of the strangest, most hypnotic places on Earth, proving that sometimes human miscalculations create the most unforgettable landscapes. Number 10. Leshan Giant Buddha, China. Carved into the cliffs where the Minjiang Dadu and Qingyi rivers meet, the Leshan Giant Buddha has watched over Sichuan province for more than 1,300 years. At 233 feet tall, it remains the largest stone-carved Buddha in the world, a masterpiece of ancient engineering that took 90 years to complete. Commissioned in 713 by a Buddhist monk hoping to calm the turbulent waters below, the statue was carved directly into the rock, with an intricate drainage system designed to prevent erosion. Even today, it requires constant maintenance to preserve its delicate features. Its massive head alone has 1,021 stylized buns, adding to its intricate detail. A UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Buddha is best viewed from a boat, where its sheer scale becomes even more impressive. Standing at its feet, you feel truly dwarfed by history and devotion. Number 9. Hitachi Seaside Park, Japan. Japan's Hitachi Seaside Park is a floral paradise, transforming with the seasons into a spectacle of color. The most famous bloom is the blue Nemophila, which blankets Miharashi Hill in April and May, creating a sea of sky-colored flowers stretching as far as the eye can see. With over 4.5 million Nemophila swaying in the breeze, the scene feels almost unreal. Beyond the Nemophila, the park offers year-round beauty. Fiery red kokia bushes in autumn, tulips in spring, and vibrant narcissus fields in winter. Located on Japan's Pacific coast, the park is a retreat for nature lovers, with cycling paths and scenic walking trails winding through its 860 acres. During the Nemophila Harmony Festival, visitors flock here to experience the dreamlike landscape. Whether for a peaceful stroll or a perfect Instagram shot, Hitachi Seaside Park delivers natural beauty in every season. Number 8. Odal Mountains, Italy. The Odal Mountains in Italy's Dolomites are a landscape of sharp contrasts. Sheer, jagged peaks rise dramatically from rolling green meadows, creating a breathtaking scene that feels almost too perfect to be real. Among them, Saseda, standing at 8,200 feet, dominates the skyline. Its razor-thin ridgeline seems to divide two worlds, one side steep and rugged, the other a gentle, sunlit slope. Nestled in Val Gardena, the Odal Mountains are a hiker's paradise. Trails range from leisurely walks through flower-filled pastures to challenging alpine routes that reward climbers with panoramic views. In summer, the meadows explode with wildflowers, while winter blankets the peaks in pristine snow, making it a year-round destination. Whether you're admiring the view from a cable car or trekking up the mountainside, the Odal Range offers some of the most striking scenery in the Dolomites. Number 7. Marble Caves, Patagonia. Carved by nature over 6,000 years, Patagonia's marble caves are a mesmerizing geological wonder. Located on General Carrera Lake, straddling the Chile-Argentina border, these swirling blue and white caverns are accessible only by boat, adding to their remote allure. The caves, including the famous Marble Cathedral and Marble Chapel, were sculpted by waves eroding the calcium carbonate walls, creating smooth, flowing patterns that reflect the lake's ever-changing colors. Depending on the water level and sunlight, the caves shift from bright turquoise to deep sapphire, creating a surreal, almost dreamlike atmosphere. Tours run from the Chilean side of the lake, taking visitors into the heart of the formations. The experience is best in early morning or late afternoon when the sunlight dances across the marble, transforming it into a glowing masterpiece. A visit here is less about sightseeing and more about stepping inside a natural work of art. Number 6. The Wave, Arizona. Hiking to the Wave isn't just a trek, it's a golden ticket to one of the most mind-bending landscapes on Earth. We mean just look at them. Hidden deep in Arizona's Paria Canyon Vermilion Cliffs, this sandstone wonder looks like it was painted by the wind itself. Ancient layers of Jurassic rock curl and swirl into mesmerizing waves, frozen in time. Carved by wind and rain over millions of years, the vivid reds and oranges shift with the light, making every visit unique. The Wave is so fragile and in demand that only 20 hikers per day get access through a strict lottery system. Those lucky enough to secure a permit embark on a 6-mile journey through unmarked desert terrain, rewarded with a sight that defies belief. It's not just a place, it's an experience, a masterpiece of nature that feels like stepping into another dimension. Number 5. Pamukkale Travertines, Turkey. If heaven had a staircase, it might look something like Pamukkale. This Turkish wonder is a cascade of gleaming white travertine terraces, where mineral-rich thermal waters have been sculpting natural infinity pools for thousands of years. The stark contrast of milky blue water against brilliant white rock makes it look more like a dreamscape than a real place. Beyond its surreal beauty, Pamukkale has been a sanctuary for centuries. The Romans built the ancient city of Hierapolis right next to it, believing the thermal waters had healing powers. Today, visitors can still dip their feet into the warm, mineral-rich pools, though preservation efforts limit full access. Whether you come for the history or the scenery, Pamukkale is a rare blend of natural wonder and ancient civilization, proving that some places are just as magical as the myths that surround them. Number 4. Grand Prismatic Spring, Wyoming. Nature doesn't do subtlety at Yellowstone's Grand Prismatic Spring. This geothermal giant is a swirling masterpiece of color, its blazing blues, fiery oranges, and deep reds stretching across a landscape of steam and bubbling heat. It's the largest hot spring in the U.S. and the third largest in the world, but size takes a back seat to its jaw-dropping beauty. Its vibrant hues aren't just for show, they come from heat-loving bacteria and microscopic organisms that thrive in extreme temperatures. The deeper center waters glow an intense blue, while the edges shift to yellow, orange, and red, forming a perfect rainbow effect. At over 370 feet in diameter, it's a sight best appreciated from above, where the full spectrum of colors explodes against the surrounding terrain. It's a reminder that Earth's most breathtaking works of art aren't found in galleries. They bubble up from the ground. Number 3. Red Beach, China. Well, just forget white sand. Panjin's Red Beach is a shoreline unlike any other on this earth. Every autumn, this stretch of China's Liaohe River Delta transforms into a scarlet dreamscape thanks to the seasonal bloom of Suayeda salsa, a salt-tolerant plant that turns a fiery crimson. The result? A coastline that looks like it was dipped in paint. Red Beach isn't just a visual marvel. It's part of one of the largest wetlands on Earth, home to rare species like the endangered red-crowned crane. Since the area is ecologically fragile, visitors can't walk through the red fields, but wooden boardwalks offer sweeping views of this alien-like landscape. Under a blue sky, the contrast is so vivid it almost looks unreal. It's a reminder that nature has a way of surprising us, crafting places that don't just break the mold, they create entirely new ones. Number 2. Salar de Uyuni, Bolivia. There's nowhere on Earth quite like Bolivia's Salar de Uyuni. By day, it's an endless white expanse of crystallized salt, stretching for thousands of miles like a giant frozen lake. But when the rains come, it transforms into something even more surreal, a perfect mirror reflecting the sky, erasing the horizon, and making you feel like you're walking on clouds. This is the largest salt flat in the world, covering an incredible 3,900 square miles, and its sheer scale makes everything seem small. Even when dry, its cracked hexagonal surface looks otherworldly, like a vast alien terrain. Rising from the salt are bizarre rock formations and cacti-covered islands, adding to the eerie sci-fi-like atmosphere. It's no wonder this place was chosen as a filming location for Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Salar de Uyuni isn't just a destination, it's an experience that challenges reality itself. Number 1. Dragon's Blood Trees, Yemen. On the remote island of Socotra, where time seems to have stopped, trees grow in shapes that defy logic. The dragon's blood tree, with its dense, umbrella-like canopy, looks more like something from a fantasy novel than a real plant. Its thick, twisting branches hold up a packed crown of spiky green leaves, while its dark red sap, resembling blood, has been used for medicine, dye, and even ancient rituals for centuries. Found nowhere else on Earth, these trees have been standing for thousands of years, surviving in one of the harshest environments imaginable. Socotra itself is a lost world of bizarre plants and alien landscapes, so isolated that nearly 40% of its species exist nowhere else. But with increasing human activity and climate change, these ancient trees are now at risk. Visiting Socotra isn't easy, but for those who do, it's a glimpse into a world untouched by time. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon in the next one.